I should have just went to see X-Men. Hey, guess what? This is my theme song. I really wanted to like this movie. I really did. The highlight of the trailer was Optimus Prime wielding a sword, riding on the back of Grimlock, spitting fire down the middle of the city. I mean, how cool is that? It looked like it was going to be awesome. And it was billed like it was going to be not really a reboot, but kind of a reboot. No more Shia of the Beef. Now it's Mark Wahlberg, and the characters that are still the same characters got a new character design. But at what cost? The Dinobots didn't come into the movie until like the last 5 minutes. It's a 3-hour movie. It felt extra long because it had 3 climaxes. After the second climax, I'm sitting there going, well, the movie's almost over now. Oh, no, wait, it's not. It can't be, because I haven't seen Grimlock yet. The Dinobots haven't come in yet. It can't be almost over. And guess what? It wasn't. But then there's another climax. Oh, look, it's Dinobot. Oh, the movie's over. We didn't even hear them speak. We didn't hear Grimlock talk at all, or any of the Dinobots. So it was kind of underwhelming, a little bit. I mean, that was really the main reason why I was thinking I might, in fact, like the movie this time around. That and the rest of the trailer did look like it was going to have a whole completely new kind of feel to it. It looked like it was going to be darker. It looked like it was going to be more intense. And it wasn't. It was just a new flavor of the same old Michael Bay crap that he's been shoveling down your throats for the past 3 movies. And the problem is, Michael Bay does not understand Transformers. He does not understand what the fans want to see in a Transformer movie. He spends entirely too much time asking you to care about these human characters that you don't care about and never wanted to care about. Yeah, Shia of the Beef is gone, but now it's Mark Wahlberg, and he really was playing that Mark Wahlberg card. Like, look, here, it's Mark Wahlberg. You like us now because it's Mark Wahlberg, right? You like Mark Wahlberg. Here, watch, because it's Mark Wahlberg. I don't care. I don't care. And side note, Mark Wahlberg's biceps were entirely too distracting. They were bigger than his head. No way is he an inventor. When does he invent things? In between doing push-ups? You could have taken Mark Wahlberg's plot out of the movie, and it could have been its own movie. And then the Transformers would have got along in their movie just fine without him. It was completely unnecessary. It was just, I mean, it's 45 minutes in, we haven't seen the first Transformer yet, and then finally we see a Cybertronian face and we're like, oh yeah, we're watching Transformers. I completely forgot. And Michael Bay knows this too. He knows that he's not giving us what we want. He teases us with what we want to see and then gives us something else and switch. Gives us that whole bait and switch. There's a sequence where Mark Wahlberg is driving in a car, and we're seeing it from bird's eye view above, right? And he's driving in his car, and he's being chased by some CIA guys, right? High-speed car chase going down the city, and the camera's following above, and every once in a while the camera will go over a building top, and you'll see Optimus Prime on the building top, and he's fighting off a Cybertronian bounty hunter who's neither a Decepticon nor Autobot, and you'll see that for half a second, and then you'll go back to the car chase, and you're just like, no, I want to see that. I want to see more of that. I want to see more of Optimus Prime and that bounty hunter, Lockdown, and I want to know Lockdown's backstory. We never get the answer to who the bounty hunter is. His name is Lockdown, but who's he working for? I don't know. The movie didn't tell me. I sat through all 3 hours of it, and it didn't tell me. It set it up for it to be a sequel, though. It did look like Optimus Prime was going to go find that out, but that's not the point. That's not the point at all. He's not giving us what we want to see. Here's the thing. I don't go to see Transformers to see hot chicks or car chases. If I want to see a hot chick, there's plenty of other movies I can go see to see hot chicks. If I want to see a car chase, there's like 17 Fast and Furious movies. There's plenty of other places to see those things. Those things that are filling up my precious Transformers airtime. There's only one place I can go right now to see Cybertronians kick each other's asses. There's only one place where I can see Megatron and Optimus Prime battle it out. And unfortunately, as long as people keep paying to go see these movies, Michael Bay is going to keep making them. And as long as Michael Bay keeps making these movies, no one else will. Which means these are the only Transformers we're going to get. Which really sucks because we're not really even getting them. He keeps like hinting at and teasing at, maybe we'll get to see a little bit, and ooh, something's about to Mark Wahlberg. Oh, look, they're about to do Mark Wahlberg. The Autobots just went into the enemy ship. There's going to be some kick-ass Mark Wahlberg. And why in the enemy's arsenal of weapons on the Cybertronian ship was there a human-sized weapon? Mark Wahlberg finds this weaponry room with a bunch of Cybertronian weapons, and there's a rifle there that is perfect size for him. That seems a little wrong, because he's perfect size for the Cybertronians to pick up with one hand. So this rifle that was meant for a Cybertronian would have been like so small that they would have had to use their fingers. So there's a scientist, and he discovers the material that the Transformers are made of. And it seems like each one of the movies, except for the first one, I can't even watch the first one, don't even get me started. But I'm already started. I'm making this video right now. So the one thing that they got right was that Megatron dies and comes back as Galvatron in a remade body. But instead of Unicron remaking it, it's the humans. The scientist guy who discovers the metal that Transformers are made out of, that there was on his planet already from previous landings, right? But there's not enough of it, so he's melting down dead Decepticons and reforming them into his new army of Transformers. And first of all, he called the metal Transformium. Transformium? Really? That's the best you could come up with? It's like the only cool names in the movie were the ones that Michael Bay didn't think of, or the ones that already existed in the show. Transformium? Okay, so we get to the end of the movie. The final climax happens. We've seen all 5 minutes of the Dinobots. It's a 3-hour movie, and we get Dinobots for like 5 minutes. So we've seen all 5 minutes of the Dinobots. Optimus fights off the bounty hunter and kills him, and he's dead. And now we're moving on, and we don't know who the bounty hunter is. But now all of a sudden, Optimus Prime has decided that there's still a price on his head, and as long as he's on Earth, Earth won't be safe. So his feet open up, and now all of a sudden he's got rocket boosters in his feet, and he flies away like Iron Man. Where did he get the rocket boosters from? And if he had the rocket boosters this whole time, why didn't he use them earlier? I mean, you see him throughout the rest of the movie constantly falling from things, like down the side of this huge mountain when he was chasing the Dinobots or whatever. He was being chased, and he falls, and then the alien ship, the Cybertronian bounty hunter ship, has this huge magnet in it, and it's pulling him up, and he like shoots it down, and then he falls and just crash lands. Where were his booster rockets then? The booster rockets were clearly powerful enough to make him fly right out of Earth's atmosphere, but he didn't use them in the entire... Did anyone else see Pacific Rim? At the end, the robot pulls out a sword. He had a sword in his arm the whole time. The whole time? And... so he flies away, and it totally leaves it open for a sequel, for a 5. And it looks like, based on the way that it ended, that 5 might actually be a cool movie. It sets it up to be. But the problem is, here's the target, and Michael Bay keeps missing it, because he doesn't understand. But it sets it up like Transformers 5 is going to take place in space, on another planet. Optimus Prime is gone, and so he's off on a quest to find out who sent the bounty hunter, who created him, because his creators want him back now. He wasn't born, he was created. And so he's off on this quest, and so the 5th movie's gonna follow Optimus Prime on his quest. If I had to guess, I would say no. He's teasing us. It's gonna be the same crap as this movie and the previous movies. And this movie, Transformers 3 Dark of the Moon, was better than this movie, and that's saying a lot because Transformers 3 Dark of the Moon was also crap. And so, if I had to guess, if I was going to be a betting man, I would say that no. What's probably going to happen is Prime is going to be gone, he's going to do his thing, and his quest is going to take place in between 4 and 5, and 5 will start with him landing, having discovered what it is, and now there's a new human for us to watch for the next 45 minutes before we see another Transformer. The fundraiser to submit my film to film festivals ended last week. I raised $310. I didn't meet my goal, but I still consider that a huge win because that means I can submit to 6 film festivals. And that's awesome. Huge thank you to everybody who donated. There is a rough cut of the film that is ready to be seen now, and so I'll be sending out incentives to everyone who donated within the next few days. So thank you, huge thank you to everybody who donated to the film. I didn't meet the goal, but I still consider it a huge success. And it means so much to me that I burped, and that everybody out there, all you who donated, have that much faith in me that you'll donate your own money to just helping me submit my film. It means so much to me. I can't thank you enough. And expect to be getting the incentives from me within the next few days, by the end of the week, for sure. And my camera battery's dead. Thanks for watching the Easily Amused Group, the show with a dead camera battery.